feeding off our flesh, with the continuation of unpaid labor, without reward, and then spits you out, leaving you bleeding on the streets, bleeding the rage of being caged like an animal, preparing you to slaughter your own down in anger. This is a message to the boys that I wanted to raise, but I was so afraid that they would fall prey to the monster of white supremacy. I refuse to bear my egg to seed your ugly ways, your plans for mass destruction. It will not happen through me. Yet, it's happening before my eyes. Each year I can see less and less clearly, for the fear of the lynch mob is on me and has taken me over. The fear has frozen my eggs. I sit here and I say, I couldn't have you because I couldn't keep you from this culture of violence. I avoided. I aborted. I lost you in the madness. I knew that if I brought you in here, I would be participating in the patterns of mass destruction. Even the elementary schools prepared you, my sons, who I love unconditionally, for the prison, industrial, military complex. Put on that uniform, stand in line, be quiet, march in single file, hold that gun, point it and shoot it at anyone that you're ordered to. Your brothers, and even yourself. It is your civic duty to stand for a nation and fight for a place that won't even give you basic rights in the 21st century, forcing you into a psychological cycle of delusion, into powerlessness, non-living, and self-hate. I could not save you from the culture of violence. This madness causes you to mistreat, use and abuse yourself and your women. I knew that I would be able to be silent as I watch you confess love and spill hate that comes at you onto your loved ones through verbal and physical abuse. Oh my sons, I would have done anything I could possibly do for you and still couldn't protect you, comfort you, or console you. Saying yes to your life was saying yes to a life of stress, worry, and fear. More than I thought I could handle. Filled with sadness and loss, but with no regrets. I say to you, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you.
So we got a really good afternoon. We hear the musical stylist, the master musician Val Surratt behind us. And we're going to keep the poetry going now. And we may be blessed with music behind us. We will definitely have music after the poetry set is ended. And I'm going to bring our next reader up now. Here we go.
This is a tribute to the original Black Statue of Liberty. Upon Ellis Island, I take my stand. A woman with the torch held high in my hand. Thick, kinky braids in my hair, flowing with the wind of freedom in the air. My black face reveals the tracks of my tears, heartaches, fears. Kidnapped from my country in chains, remains my burden to bear. 400 years of continuous nightmares. America's cotton economy built upon me. Carried it like it was a yoke, never giving up hope. Sun up till sundown daily, they call me lazy. Strange fruit was all they paid me. Lost my family, my name, my ancestors, robbed of my dignity, my humanity. But we believed Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation set us free. I was a gift to black slaves who fought for this country to commemorate their bravery in the Civil War. For we thought we was free. We kind of expected democracy. An artistic French abolitionist made me into a colossal monument, a masterpiece, a work of art. From his heart to America, he sent me the original Statue of Liberty. But America didn't want me. They wanted me to be invisible. So I was rejected. A new monument was erected, a reflection of their America. They wanted to hide images of black slaves from their eyes. But now, today, America has taken notice. Still, I rise. I was the first God's salt of the earth. I am the original Statue of Liberty. Now I walk on the water with kings, Rodney, Martin Luther, and the King of Kings. So I'm free to take my stand, to be established on God's command. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and I shall not be moved. I am midnight skies, moonlit nights, and red African sunsets. My eyes are full, harvest moon, and my smile is warm as a noonday sun. But when I cry, my tears turn to rain to soothe away the pain in your storm. After the storm, carefully, I sketch a sacred rainbow across the sky to signify that God is still on his heavenly throne, to shiver you with the watchful eye and deeper than the valley of the ocean's flow. Yet my breast peak like the mighty Rocky Mountain, and they sang, all the children of the world. God handed me the ocean for my mirror, to reflect my beauty beyond compare. And you'll know when I've been there, by magnolia blossoms in the air. I wear red tropical lace garments for my royal nightgown. I gave the bees God's recipe for making honey. Taught the fish how to swim and the birds how to fly. Though they toil not for their living, still I must provide. So God's creatures I await you in God's love, sunrise, and retire you in his peaceful rest and sunset. He tells me when to make it rain or snow, make the sun shine and the moon glow. For God gave me the control. When he commands me, I obey. I am calm as a gentle sea breeze. Oh, like a stormy sea, my temper may be fragile. So ecology is what I need to save me from your greed. It's destroying me. Glory. It's been so corrupt, it's causing me to self-destruct. So, don't be surprised when I wave at you with a bitter goodbye. I'm nature, the mother of your dying world.
Thank you. Month, day. I like to dedicate this to all the women over the world. I wrote this years ago, and I won a contest. But I want to do it for you today, and it's called Woman. Woman was created from God, a slice of man to fill his void, the soul of life, precious stone, a gem of many kinds that shines through all time. Her soul meets the world with words of wisdom, a voice to be heard, a heart that beats a tune of a melody that takes man to fantasies. She is the backbone of a man's world as she expresses a need to be free and loved. Yes, she is every woman and man's dream, here to satisfy others so deep it creeps into another woman's needs. Yes, woman has come a long way, baby, from Adam rib, they say, as she bears life beneath her thighs, she sews the wound inside. Her heart is full of love, admiration, continue to be to the many characters that she displays in a world of dismay. Women have been called many things. They are labeled a lady, sweetheart, wife, dame, mistress, prostitute, hooker, even a caller. But the most incredible thing about a woman is being a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, an auntie, and many, many others. Now, who could stand on these grounds and be as meek and clean to bake the cake with the ingredients that makes a generation come about? Make a pot of love, sharing a word that's so divine, it gives to us the meaning of a family.
unknown, colorful, extraordinary person with all the different races of where she comes from, expressing her beauty and her unique style that can never be duplicated or unwind, because she is the creation of this time, never falling so far from the sky, producing the stars as they pass by, shining so bright, they clear the night. When she comes out, it all becomes paradise. So give the lady what's due, even if it's not you. She has become he, and he has become she. And that's the life that we see, woman. My own unique style. I swing my hips because they were given to me for that purpose only. I step to many other melodies that sometimes confuses my ears. Sometimes my life says one thing to me, but when reality says, gorgeous, I am beautiful, proud to be a queen. I know who I am because I have come a long way, baby, seeking to find that king. Every day is a blessing as I make my way, understanding all the words that's been said, created a path that relates to all mankind. I am that woman. A woman with faith, hope, wisdom, running my own race, bringing joy to others, setting my goals, remembering where I came from as I ride the storm of life. I keep my heart open for love and peace, standing up for men and rights as I continue to travel on my journey. The ugly, the bad, and the pain to feel that reminds me of how strong I am. I have created a road of forgiveness, self-love that strengthens my heart. I try to keep my secret, taking all the opportunity that's offered to me as I have learned to appreciate my life and focusing on my many blessings because I am that woman. Thank you, thank you.
Pink Diamond. I am a rapper, singer, poet. I want to stay consistent with the poetry vibes tonight. I'm going to do a poem called I'll Be Here, a very short poem that I felt called to share. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be here when it's your soul that aches instead of your feet. And you just need some space to weep, a few moments to release. I'll still be here when you're done. And even when your heart grows cold, content with being alone. And yet, you feel far from home. I'll be here, ready to hold you and ground you where you belong. Thank you.
So thank you to all of the readers who came and thank you. Thank you so much to all of the wonderful women who helped to warm up the mic before I made it here. Thank you so much.
Since they were all gracious enough to introduce themselves, I will do the same. My name is Ayodele Nzinga. They call me Word Slanger, and I am the inaugural Poet Laureate of Oakland, California. This first piece is called Underwater. The water is rising in the brick house, having led many horses to water and watching them die of thirst. In the brick house, we've learned to outlast the rain. We tread water we can't dance upon. We baptize ourselves in the persistent storm of our lives, knowing we are not princesses, we are taller. No princess could survive the floods we have endured. We have never looked for perfect endings wrapped in rainbows. Rather, we look to see if tomorrow's coming, praying for it through waterlogged fingers, seeking honey after the test, breast stroking for life. Underwater, walking on ocean floors for inspiration, we talk to the dead who are often more reliable than the living, having laid their burdens down, surrendering to the water, counseling those wading hip deep through the deluge, looking for light and a reason to take one more step, try one more time, to keep holding up the sky. To not drown in our own tears, we hold our heads up, face to the sky and go forward. There is nothing else. We only go forward into tomorrow or the ocean. Because we are brick house women. And brick house women don't dream God. They dream of the ocean. They dream of walking on water through fire, of rising like mist over rivers, overcoming the sunrise, standing up when the sun sets. When they dream of falling, they then dream of flying without wings. They dream solutions and miracles with eyes open. They pray with their hands moving, and they only go forward. Brick house women endure. They endure cracks in the wall, water rising, sun falling, the world on fire. They endure like music, like the smell of dirt after rain, like flowers in the desert. They are the foundation on which we build brick houses, standing after storm. Last house on the block make you want to holler in between trying to make life. Brick house built on rocky ground, still standing. Brick house women endure. I read a Tongo Iverson Martin and a James Cagney poem twice a day, the same one for the last 7 days. Now when I can overstand through their eyes, I will no longer be a poet. I will ascend to become a petty god. This poet thing weighs a ton. All pressure and no diamonds. This is some cold black shit. I became a futurist for the light of other constellations. No one sees here. Not enough change to afford it. May my prayers propel generations of naughty heads past nigger necks into the hands of their loved ones until ripe old age. You can go ahead and shout. There's always a sermon. The preacher is smooth and the scripture is passed off as poetry. I wanted times to be a disciple, but I can't insult the apostles on my doorstep. They dodged bullets and came out the water dry to find this pulpit. Spin that wheel. We still praying here. And those are not our ghosts howling at the moon. Viola Coon lady said, keep remembering the future. You are still in the middle passage. You see, I live in a room where they sharpen bayonets. Every life dedicated to the task of hitting the target. Over 400 years of dark night, still not able to afford sun or truly cold ice. Crossovers are not ascensions. I was born on the battlefield, conscripted, jumped in. Babies in tracksuits are not metaphors. They are rehearsals. Multiple choice does not make choosing your own funeral costume a carefree occupation. The job was stay alive. There was no discussion about quality of life in the small print. living on sore knees, calling on Jesus and Tyrone, sharpening weapons barehanded, blood everywhere, saltwater libations, new ancestors are made daily. The dying business is huge and growing. Now, speaking of disturbing the peace, those are my ghosts, and they got all access passes. And yes, it's true, they do write a lot of my material. And yes, I have thought of leaving this ritual, but it's blood in and blood out. There are no bloodless coups. See, that's the story of a stolen tree in a hostile land. Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman live in my pocket with desert eagles and straight razors. And if I come undone, there may be no rewinding. The movie would just have to play. Once the cards are dealt, dancing would be a necessity. Bullet fragments and demon parts melted into furniture for rooms and asylums, leaving only children to carry on the banner. So all old heads would move underground where wisdom and music live, near where liberty got lost at the World Fair. I dream it's different, and I struggle to live it the way it writes itself. I no longer carry bubble gum, just good advice. And if this ain't your story, you go right ahead and keep my name about your mouth, because we don't code switch in this house. It's all straight razors and last chances, ghosts in all the corners. We recycling grandma's prayers and writing spells for snatching black birds off the wire, simmering something nice slow in inherited cast iron pots. We crowded here. This is a narrow lane. It's mostly all uphill. Everybody don't hear the drums. Be quiet. This is church. Spin the wheel. We still praying here. We need some new shapes to spell this way to God. Not all these doors open, and we're gonna shut most of these windows. See, there ain't but so many guides, and sometimes they do knock twice, but sometimes they don't knock at all. They say if you want light, put a candle in the window. They say if you're ready to ride, then meet them on the road near the graveyard by the ocean and move your hands, because we still praying. Breadcrumbs, ropes, and maps don't make themselves, the praying grannies say. Now raise your grandma's hands at a pot of collard greens against that smelting pot in your imagination. Warning, slow your roll, or you're gonna brand yourself for all time. The ocean may yet demand recompense, like transatlantic war criminals still whisper harsh everythings in Cotton's ears. Now remember, I dreamed it's different, but now I'm telling you, cash your cards in. You see, I left a pile of wood nickels on that table over there. I ain't never been able to afford not to be magic. Even being born was a trick question. Even as an infant, odds needed defying. But I'm a dead woman's dream. Bless your heart, Nettie Brown. And if you're lucky, you might be a dead woman's dream too. But luck requires memory. Memory Trixie. So remember to remember. I got one more piece for you. It's called The Final Dream of Flight Before I Take Flight. Here we go. I have a pen. I've written my own story. Yeah, I read yours. It was narrow and predictable on so many levels. It did not predict my flight. Now see, I wrote that over the text you offered. I spoke it softly, looking at the sky when it seemed impossibly far away, my story of myself and the stars. The stars are closer now, and my pen still moves on still water and storm in the dead of night, line after line of code, prayer, cartography, midwifery, finesse hexes, my own exorcism of demons tied to a page and then set on fire, deconstructed by my clever tongue, delivered directly to my executioners, who are surprised. I can see them. I know they're naked, and they know I've lost my fear of them. Now I've written that danger of knowing into the story like a character flaw. It may well be the death of me,
but I will see it coming. In my story, I'm awake with loaded desert eagles when they come through the door. Only I leave the room. I am not where you left me, nor am I what you expect to find. I'm off the res, coloring outside the lines, speaking during the movie, telling you the monster is in the closet. I'm not in the cage, the cell, the grave, the asylum. I'm a free-range radical. I'm the ghost in the machine, hiding in plain sight. I'm the spook behind the door, the heretic who remembers to remember out loud. I'm hard to kill, and I'm multiplying the reasons I exist, thrive, find air in the vacuum you wrote for me. I'm not on that page. I flew the coop, wrote a sonnet, ate a haiku, read the world and spit back text that resists being conquered, rejects borders, boxes, chains, narrow tails, the rules of tyrants and naked executioners. I'm not where you left me, nor am I what you expect to find. I have a pen. I've written my own story. Thank you. Papa Marvin X.
No, I gotta say something before you go. Don't run out the door.
Thank you all for being here in this sacred place, right? Do you feel sacred place up in here? Can you feel the spirit up in here? There's some other people up in here. This is beautiful. And we really thank Brother Ustadi, the house man. Ustadi, raise your hand. At least this is his place. He's making it our place. And he's gracing it minute by minute. It's getting blacker and blacker and African, and we don't know what it's going to end up. But it's beautiful, and we're thankful. And we're thankful for the musicians. That was some beautiful music. I love those strings because it soothes the wild beast in me. So I love them strings. And thank you, Takuma, and Brother John. Did I leave? But I just want you to at least let people know what you're doing with the BAM Fest coming up. Okay. Do you want to say a couple of words about it before you run out the door?
BAM Fest is in August. It is a month-long series of activities in the Black Arts Movement Business District.
And where is that at?
It is from 10th Street to 18th Street in West Oakland, from the freeway to Lake Merritt. But we will also be doing satellite events. Brother Ustadi, I'll be talking to you about doing some kind of event here in August. Anybody that's a vendor in here should be in touch with me about vending at some event in August. All of you beautiful poets come and pour out. I want to hear you rap too, so stay in touch and come and connect. There's something for BAM Fest for everybody in this room.
Right.
Tarika and Val, you already know I'm coming for you, okay? So yes, BAM Fest. We appreciate the Black Joy Parade, but I don't think black people need to be reminded that they have joy. They like to see us singing and dancing and drinking, okay? August is Black August. Let's celebrate the revolutionary ways that kept us alive. And let's count the work we still have to do to actually truly be free. Thank you very much, Robert.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to connect with her, are we? For BAM Fest. And she's also the founder of the Black Arts Movement Business District, CDC, for Oakland, as she described, from the lower bottom to Lake Merritt. The Black Arts Movement Business District, which I know you didn't know that you had one. How many knew about it? Raise your hand. Those who knew you had a black district. See? So you got gold and you don't even know it. Because that's the heart of Oakland, the Black District. Everybody else got banners. Look here, you see all these flags flying, just let you know where you at. Where is the black banners flying for the Black District? That was certified by the Oakland City Council on January 19, 2016. It passed the Oakland City Council. And then that was it. That's how sometimes you know about books. The white man will print your book and kill it just to shut your mouth. So this district has been proclaimed and basically buried, number one, because it was given no funding, no money. There's cultural districts all over America, and they get funding from the city council. Even San Francisco is establishing a cultural district, and they're getting money already. We just have to jam Oakland. You got to put pressure on Oakland. Otherwise, they're not going to move. What Frederick Douglass say, without pressure, struggle, no progress. So if you don't say nothing, ain't nothing going to happen. But we have a district, Black Cultural District, Business District. And let's make it happen. It's up to us. IO can't do everything. She's held that district together since 2016, mainly with her own money. And she's made community benefit agreements with the developers, because when they cause displacement, developers have to give so much back in community development agreements, displacement agreements. So she's been able to work out a few agreements with some of those developers. You know, they'll give you some crumbs, but until we enjoy ownership with them, we're going to get crumbs. We can put us out. A few weeks ago, we were at Eastside Arts. You know where that is? 23rd International. They own that. If you don't know, it's under a land trust. And so it can't be gentrified. They can't buy the land out from under that building. So that's one way we can stop gentrification, is through the land trust. So we have to be conscious of this. I want to bring on Sister Mutima Imani to do a libation. Sister Mutima Imani, come on up.
For you are the dreams and the prayers of the ancestors. Oh, ancestors from the north, come and be with us and bring your wisdom. Ashe. 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 We stand in the east and we ask the ancestors to come from the east, the place of self-knowing and the place of self-love. It has been told to us that when our spirits leave to speak, to live with courage. Our children are waiting for us to be more courageous, to stop the madness. And it starts with telling the truth. Let us not be afraid to tell the truth about who we are, what we need, and what we want for ourselves, for our families, and our communities. Oh, ancestors from the South, come, and bring us courage. Ashe. And now to the West. Ancestors from the West, come and let this moment be the beginning of newness. The place where the sun sets, let us be reminded that every time the sun sets and then rises, we can be renewed by the renewing of our minds. I would like for you right now to think of something that you've been longing to do that's in the horizon for you, seemingly in the future. And I ask you to put your right foot forward and step into that place right now. Make that step. Oh, ancestors, thank you. We live in the West, and as the sun sets tonight, let us let go of all that is no longer serving us. Ashe. Oh, great mother, I bow down to you, thanking you for this water. This water is the same that comes from you as the blood that is in each and every one of us. We bless the waters in our bodies and of the earth, and we pour libation for all of our ancestors. So call out your people's names. Ashe. Yes. Call out your family names, for they are there to fulfill your dreams and to make your purposes come true. Ashe. And then the last place is to touch your heart. And imagine that you're looking in the sky and the eagle and the condor are dancing together. Inside and outside is coming together. North and the south is coming together. And we are those leaders. Father Sky, we thank you. Let us go to the mountaintop and have an evolutionary perspective of our lives, for we are the ones that we've been waiting on. Give us the power and the strength and the love to have the courage and the wisdom, the self-knowingness, and new beginnings. Ashe. Thank you very much.
Right away. You got some poetry for us.
Oh, I already read.
You done read? I done missed the poetry. Oh, come on.
I think there's some other women who might have a couple more.
Okay. Who else hasn't read?
Well,
Who hasn't read?
Who wants to
That
read
wants to
again?
read. Well, I'm gonna call up Desiree.
Yeah.
Come on, Desiree. I know you got some more stuff. Come on.
Thank you for, sparing the time, sparing your ears. It is very woman empowering, and oftentimes, because we are very submitting in nature, sometimes our masculine partners forget that it is a lot of power that we have within us still, that we choose to not suppress, but give to our partner. Some people get complacent, so I wrote this piece to remind our counterparts of our power. He thought he had me. He didn't think I had the strength to walk away. He didn't think that I'd do what I needed to do before it was too late. He thought all that bull he was giving me, I would just lie down and take. As you placate my physical self with shopping dates. He never thought he'd place the straw that'll break this camel's back. He thought I'd submit into seeing no way he could do wrong. He thought I'd listen to the same old song on replay. See, babe, you got a lot to learn about me. And honestly, it's unfortunate that you never will. Because I won't go back to so-called forward thinkers who do nothing but live in the past, while their now self stands still, replaying, in other words, recreating traumatic experiences. I won't be the screen you project upon. 1 minute you had me, next minute I'm gone.
You just like to do something? Okay, we'll have some music for a moment. musicians again for that beautiful music. And right now I wanted to bring up Sister Egyptia to tell you about the Black Vendors Association.
Hello, everyone. My name is Egyptia, for those who don't know me, and I'm head of the Black Vendors Association. So if you're a vendor or you're looking to be a vendor, you can be a member of the Black Vendors Association. And it is a fee of $50 for the whole year, but that will include all local events. You'll be in a group chat, and I'll let you know all the events that's going on and what's going on with the Black Vendors Association. So if you're interested, you can see me in the back room before I leave.
What are some of the events you've been doing?
Oh, well, we did Juneteenth, Black Joy Parade, we did Agency Oakland, Blackout Market, almost everything that's been going on in the Bay Area, we've done it. So, yeah.
Get discount?
Sometimes you get discounts, it depends on the head of the Black Vendors Association, so. Or me just communicating with folks and they let me in a group deal, so you've been pretty good with that. So let me know if you're interested in being a vendor or if you're already a vendor. Yep. All right.
Food items too. People with food.
I had to stop at the ATM machine to try to get some money to pay these musicians before they beat me up. But as I was getting some money, two women came in, and I guess they were next on the ATM machine. But as I was negotiating my money, they were talking in back of me. And they were talking about their sons. As mothers, what they feared for their sons. Every time they left the house, one mother said, I'm fearful. And one mother said she tries to check him and make sure that he's doing the right thing at all times. And so this is what mothers go through. Not that fathers don't go through it too, because I have daughters, and I worry about my daughters leaving the house at 11 o'clock at night going to a rap concert. That's kind of late for me, but that's when they get started. 11 o'clock. I ain't trying to be nowhere on the street at 11 o'clock. Not me. Not anymore. You know, back in the crack era, we call that what? Tweakers hours. That's the most dangerous time in the life of some of us, those late hours. But that's what we go through as mothers. And I wanted to mention, I don't know if any of you saw the hearings that they're having at the House, the Congress. And one mother had lost two sons to fentanyl. And she was screaming and hollering, really, literally, and begging for the president to do something because fentanyl hardly comes out of his mouth. If you notice, even though over 100,000 people have died from it last year and the year before, and we got people who have lost people to fentanyl right here in this room. Egyptia has lost people. I was just in Seattle the other day, and the community that I was with, one of their key members just died from fentanyl. So people were destroyed for lack of knowledge. So you got to know what you're messing with. Know what you're messing with. Know what and who you're messing with. Because it's dangerous out here. We had war. See, people don't want to recognize that fentanyl is war. That's biological and chemical warfare. You think people got to shoot guns? No, they don't shoot guns. They can shoot, what's that? Taco? TikTok? They can put TikTok on your butt and destroy your children. The TikTok that they run over here is not the TikTok they're running in China. They don't put all that filth in China that they put over here. You need to know that. So they're here to destroy you mentally as well as physically through drugs. I mean, just imagine China's supposed to be your enemy, but all your medicine come from China. Did you know that? All your pills come from China. And this is your enemy? Would you buy drugs from your enemy? You do? So, as I was telling somebody in Seattle, I said, you remember that, I think it was in that film, Baby Boy? Where the man tells the young man, he said, life is a thinking man's game. This is a thinking man's game. So you got to think your way out of this. Because we're in a dangerous situation these days. Huh? How the hell can an enemy fly a balloon over your country for a whole week? Huh? And then you so stupid, you spend $400 million for one missile to shoot it down, and you missed. You missed. You had to shoot another one. Something ain't right. Something goes, what Barry Scheck said in the O.J. trial, something is very, very wrong here. Something is very, very wrong. So I thank all of you for coming out today. And this is what we can do. You see the facility. You see who we like to be with. In the poetry and conscious literature. We got economics for you. And we got some people outside got food for you. And if you don't have money for the food, we'll pay for the food since you're so nice and there ain't that many of you. So make sure you get some food before you leave.
There's been a war for my son since his day of birth by an angry society while rubbing his nose. So I checked this room, I kind of wrecked the place. I searched every square inch of his hip-hop space. Then my eye caught the glint of a taped-up 9, and you can just imagine what was going through my mind when my son runs in and he sees me spying. His face is all bloody and still wet from crying. Son, I said, where'd you get this from? Dad, I can't talk now, I gotta run. Slow down, I begged. Let's talk this out. Tell me what's wrong and what this gun is about. But Junior got impatient and he snatched the heat. He barreled down the stairs and he headed up the street. Now, I'm not as fast, but I kept him in sight. He ran 2 blocks down, then he made it right. Now, I couldn't just stop and let the boy go. Something was wrong and I needed to know. So when I rounded the corner, still gasping for air, my son stood facing this guy in the chair. Obscenities, egos, and attitudes clashed. My son raised his weapon, and it didn't drop his glass. Now, my son's a big guy, but this cat was bigger. He lunged from the chair, so my son pulled the trigger. The explosion was deep like thunder and noon, and the whole block hustled beneath the boom. The shot put the guy high on the chest, and where he fell was where he rested. Then just as my son lowered his gun, from behind the house came another one. You shut up! Straight to my seat. And before I could react, I watched my son's body jerk, then fall, and my soul with the pain. Then without a thought or brief interlude, I picked up my son's gun and I shot him into the wall. I said again, I killed him till he was dead. And every last shell was broken in his head.
They ain't owning these spots. Sometimes they act like it. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. But you almost have to claim it. You gotta be there if you're gonna be there consistently. You know.
Like you take a picture, how much would it cost? Send it to me. If I want it.
To fully embrace what I've brought to the table without focusing on what's missing. To place your lips upon this face. Hey, forget if I looked away. Give me grace. Tears won't stop the way I feel, the urge to give you all I've got to offer. I'm talking everything, except for what you really want from me. In search of respect, we hold back our love, but what if I told you tomorrow never comes? That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna call up Noor to discuss one of her products. She's been part of the Black Vendors Association. Noor, you wanna come up before you run out the door?
Hi everyone. I'm Noor, or Gigi, and I have a company called Hella Spiritual LLC. It is a spiritual wellness and self-care company. focus primarily on meditations, dreams, and transformation. So if you're looking to embark on a spiritual wellness journey, if you're looking for spiritual growth or change, I have products available for you. The website is called hellaspiritualoakland.com. And you can just go to the website, read about the products I have available, and if you're ready to embark on a journey, you can go ahead and purchase. I'm also available at different events and festivals, so you can go to my social media to see where I'll be vending. And thank you so much.
Do you have anyone that would like to say something? Mr. Marcus Garvey is here, and he's planning to do something during Black August, and he can tell you about it. Well, we'll just talk from your head.
Grace First family. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure and an honor being here, man, on a women's celebration, you know what I mean? Because we know the women's place in the revolution is, in the front. And the man is just only supposed to be there to support her, protect, and provide, you know what I mean? So that she can lead and teach the next generation, because the next generation is those who gonna liberate us. But I'm a member of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, founded by Marcus Garvey in 1914. And in 2020, we decided to change the direction and started the Rehabilitation Committee. And so we're a committee built on establishing the laws and principles based on our elders and how they founded them. We build the elder committees. Most of our elders are in here in this room, and we build them with y'all, So in our Constitution to say every black person is a member of the UNIA, it's on them to activate that membership. So it's on y'all, and it's on us to come together. So we're building on programs, and we're building with the children. Man, I don't know what else to say. Man, August 19th, we'll be having our Garvey Day celebration. It makes 100 years since Garvey was convicted, and we exonerate Garvey. We had to change our narrative, into the line, write his own story. The hunter will always look like the victim. So that's what we doing. We changing the history, changing our course, because with confidence, we already winning the game of life. Thank you.
Have anyone else like to read some poetry? Anybody? Come on. Don't be shy. What's your name? Sherry? Sherry is here. Give her a hand.
Ain't about no blood, sweat, and tears. The real red carpet should be about the folks from the last 50 to over 400 years. I mean, where they carpet at? Maybe money green for their children, but I ain't seen none of that. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Maybe grave sites that's growing fast, but nobody want to go there though but me. I'm gonna keep putting that ish on blast. That's it.
Well, I have a new book coming out. It's called The Parables. It's a book of my parables. And you can find them on Blackbird Press News. go to Blackbird Press News. You have to say news because there's some blackbirds on that ain't black. So Blackbird Press News, and you can check out the parables of Marvin X that'll be coming out soon. I'm not gonna upset you today with my parables, but you know I can be upsetting. So I'm gonna leave y'all, let the women have her Women's History Month, her history, her story. Because I appreciate women in my life. I have 3 daughters, so I'm still very sensitive about women. And they've sensitized me because I've been known to be a wild beast. And that's why I like, as I said, the string music soothes my heart and mind and soul. So I'm so thankful y'all came out and we got some food for you. Did everybody get something to eat? Please get some of the food. And if you don't have any money, just come and see me. All right, thank you. And before you leave, I'm gonna go to my car and get some magazines that we put out. If you don't have the magazines, you should be aware of them because they cost a lot of money to publish. And so let the musicians close out and we give them another hand. Okay. We got one more closing poem by Mutima.
Please keep the music going. I used to do this a long time ago. I haven't done it in a long while, and I'm gonna do it for you today. So I'm going to drop into the universal energy that's in the room. And I'm gonna say something that only you, and you, and you need to hear. You know we're all connected through our blood. Scientists has not realized the power of the blood. But my blood is connected to your blood right now, and I'm being told to say to you, you are magnificent. You are love in action. You are. Yes, you're the one. And all you have to do is don't be afraid of the dark. Close your eyes and go within the womb of your own life and begin to celebrate the shoulders that you're standing on. You've forgotten because you believe the lies, and now it's time to understand that the whole universe moves in your body, and the spirit of life holds you in its heart, and that no matter what they did, it is not being done now, so you got to forgive. It's a shame to see black men on TV saying slavery is over, there's no need for reparations. But you're rich. You have your place on earth, and if you can take back your mind, you can see your abundant
You're rich because your blood flows freely, and when you sleep, your body takes care of you, and you go to a place that is full of mystery. And when you come back, if you can break your routine, you will see that your dreams, they're coming true. So find yourself in some pleasure. Find yourself in some joy. Find yourself in some healing. Find yourself in